Check, check. Check, check. Good afternoon and welcome to this celebration of the graduating class of Surrey Christian School of 2020. There you go. Awesome. I want to welcome, obviously, the graduates. They're kind of a big deal today. I want to welcome parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, neighbors, and whoever else is randomly watching on the internet from somewhere in the world. Thank you for joining us. Before we move into the program, I want to start by acknowledging that Surrey Christian School sits on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, in particular the Kwantlen, Tsawwassen, Katzie, Saanich, and Stolo First Nations. We acknowledge their stewardship of the land over thousands of years before us. We treasure the land we are on, and we proclaim the sovereignty of God over all creation. And because we serve the risen Christ, under whose lordship all things come together and in whose love all things are being made whole, we are grateful for the opportunity to share, enjoy, and care for this land with our First Peoples brothers and sisters. Let's open with prayer. Father in heaven, thank you for the gift of this day, the chance to celebrate our graduates in the midst of this worldwide pandemic and the chance to honor them. Thank you for all the work behind the scenes to make this event happen, specifically the work behind the scenes with these students. 18 some odd years of listening to children and helping with homework and putting on Band-Aids and disciplining and loving and encouraging. Thank you for the people, the parents and grandparents who've invested in these beautiful people. We ask that our graduates would feel deeply blessed today in this moment. Deep down in their soul, they'd know they're loved by God, and that's expressed through your people who are gathered right now to honor them. So we ask for a wonderful blessing that this is a great experience for our grads. We lift all this up to you in the name of your son, Jesus. Amen. A couple of quick business items before opening words. There's going to be no introductions throughout the program. It'll just flow. The program, this link was sent out on a My School email to parents, community members, grads. At the bottom of that email is the link to the program that you should be able to open and follow along on your own. Because we're going between 3 different facilities, there may be some time delays. Just ask you to bear with us. 6 to 10 seconds should be the gap at the most. Other than that, it should flow pretty smoothly, realizing that each of these ceremonies is rising up to space and then coming back down, so we'll give it 10 seconds to do that. So, graduating class of 2020, here you are. What a weird group of people you are in the story of history, right? You're born the year after 9/11. You're graduating in a worldwide pandemic. You've been a big part of your high school has been listening to the stories south of the border of the totally bizarre gong show of politics that happened there. No matter what side of political party you're on, that's just, not a human expression of dignity and love that we'd want anyone to follow. And then more recently, the horrific death of George Floyd and the rising to prominence and to light of the Black Lives Matter crying out for justice, for human dignity. A lot of that stuff, and 2020 is only halfway through. I'm curious what the next 6 months will look like. But in the midst of all that, because I'm an educator and because I believe that nothing is neutral in this world, that it forms us consciously and subconsciously, I have wondered often in the last few months, how will this stuff form you consciously and subconsciously? What will it do to impact the decisions you make and the life you choose to live? Will some of you become a little resentful and kind of jaded towards the world and step back and say, I'm actually just going to make money and do my own thing? Will some of you feel a little less hopeful about things? Will you make decisions out of a place that doesn't have as much hope? I want to challenge you around that, consciously and subconsciously, that would not be the true place. It would not be the place that reflects the truth of who you are, regardless of the circumstances worldwide that you've been exposed to. Grads, I feel like you're part of a different story. Your parents have put you at Surrey Christian School to invest in you the reality of a different story, to form you differently than the typical Western story of affluence and acquisition. You're part of a story in which all things are redeemable, one in which hope prevails even when it feels like the dark is rising. You're part of a story in which love is the greatest thing in all the world, and you are loved uniquely and differently beyond measure. So my hope for you, actually my request or my plea for you, is that you remember who you are and what story you belong to, regardless of how far you are on choosing into that story, that you remember there's a story out there that's defined by love, and that you work hard to resist the temptation to slide into the ease and the malaise of the Western story of acquisition, possession, a story which sees you work hard, get lots of money, get a house, a couple of kids, a white picket fence, buy a lot of stuff, and then die. That would be kind of sad. Rather, choose to remember who you were created to be. Remember the story you're a part of. It's a story in which you walk in the world in such a way that love, compassion, truth, beauty, and justice are part of your identity and part of how you exist in this world, where you make decisions that benefit others, sometimes even more than they benefit you, where the end goal for you is the flourishing of all people, the flourishing of creation, the flourishing of love in this world. It's a story that Jesus came to retell and reorient people back to. Graduates, you are the sons of Adam and the daughters of Eve. You are made to be the people of the kingdom who serve the dream of the kingdom and love of the high king. Congratulations to you as you take another step forward toward enacting the true story of the world wherever you are. We love you. We're proud of you. We hope you come back and share how you're doing and what's happening in your life. We're excited to watch what happens as you journey on to continually become more fully alive in God's story as we desire for you. It's now my pleasure to introduce the class speakers, Michaela Ironside and Richard Jansen.
The Surrey Christian graduating class of 2020. We did it.
Not only have we graduated from high school, but we did so amidst a global pandemic. This is a feat not many people can say that they have accomplished. Despite a national and global lockdown, we persevered through our grade 12 year. Of course, it would not have been possible without the support of our incredible teachers and parents. On behalf of all the grads, I want to give a tremendous thank you to the teachers and staff at Surrey Christian School for going above and beyond and making this a special year for us. Whether you realize it or not, you have played a huge role in shaping us into the strong, independent, and hardworking individuals we are today. Your efforts do not go unnoticed. I see God working through each and every one of you.
I would also like to thank all of the amazing parents who have gone through this journey with us. All of the many times you've picked us up at band practice or sports games, and all of the lunches you packed for us throughout our elementary years, and for some of us, throughout high school as well, have finally paid off. It has been your never-ending love and support that has gotten us here today.
Graduating high school is like the end of an era. Everything we have come to know so well, from late start Fridays and Monday morning homerooms, to buying excessive amounts of ramen from the cafe and overpriced coffee from Quattro's, is coming to an end. High school has provided us with so many amazing opportunities and has allowed us to grow through trial and error.
We have all experienced so much personal growth since the beginning of our high school journey. I still remember how petrified I was walking into homeroom on the first day of grade 8. The grade 12 seemed to tower over all of us, and the concept of having different classes seemed so daunting. However, I was also very excited for all of the possibilities that high school had to offer. You're lying if you say you never sprinted out of class to secure your place in the pizza lineup, or begged your mom for $5 to buy a frap from the cafe in grade 8. Being allowed off campus in grade 9 opened a whole new world of possibilities. I felt so independent being able to walk to Save on Foods or Dairy Queen at lunch. I wouldn't be surprised if our school single-handedly funded their recent renovation project with all of the chicken wings and baguettes we bought from there.
Grade 10 was the year in which many of us began to feel more at ease with life in high school. We were no longer the youngest in the school, but we didn't carry the same responsibilities of those in the older grades. Grade 11 offered many new opportunities. We were given much more freedom in terms of the classes we took and those we did not. It was in this year where we were first forced to really start reflecting on our personal strengths and weaknesses. And with those in mind, we had to begin making the decisions about the paths we wanted to follow.
Eventually came the long-awaited grade 12 year. We were finally the oldest in the school and could finally claim the official grade 12 spots in the cafe and in the left section of the pack. The year was off to a great start when we headed off for our rafting trip way back in September. The bus stalling on the side of the highway for 10 minutes on the way there was only the beginning of the roller coaster that would be our grade 12 year. But as we sat on the side of the highway, our bus driver trying desperately to find the source of the problem, I distinctly remember looking around the bus and being filled with so much love and appreciation for everyone on it. Whether you're one of my best friends or if you lent me a pencil in math one time, you are the reason my high school experience has been such a positive one. I am so lucky to have graduated alongside such an amazing group of people.
Experiences such as the grade 8 sailing trip, grade 10 hike, and grade 12 rafting trip provided opportunities for us to step outside of our comfort zone and grow in many different ways. Some of us also partook in other trips such as traveling to San Francisco, Korea, London, or Honduras. A few of us also spent a whole 3 days in Nepal and South Africa before getting sent home to be quarantined for 2 weeks. All of these trips and experiences helped bring our school mission statement to life, which is to educate for wholeness by engaging God's world in the servant way of Jesus. By being exposed to cultures and lifestyles so different from our own, we were able to learn more about the world and explore our own individual roles in it.
While this has not been the grade 12 year any of us had expected, we have come out stronger because of it. Perhaps the most important lesson I learned this year is that what matters most is not what happened to us, but how we respond to it. We, each one of us in the class of 2020, have proven that in the face of adversity, we do not back down. Instead, we stand up. We rise to the occasion.
It will be the same tenacity and determination that has gotten us through this challenging time that will allow us to achieve so much in the future. I cannot see what all of us accomplish in the years to come. We have been tested and we have passed. Now it is time to move on to new and bigger challenges. There will be no return to normal, for we will create a new normal. We have a world to save and it's up to us to save it. There is so much to do and so little time, but I am fully confident that we are the generation that can accomplish this. As we venture off onto our separate paths, I hope you find comfort in knowing that God has a plan for you, for every one of us. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11 says, "For I know the plan that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future."
Our current situation is full of uncertainties, but we must remember that it's okay to not have all the answers. It's scary diving headfirst into the unknown, but it is out of discomfort that we grow. So, as a final encouragement, I invite you to seek out discomfort, to put yourself out there and try new things, to not worry about what others think. I encourage you to replace the fear of the unknown with curiosity, because in the end, this is the only chance at this life we get. So, we might as well make the most of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that good? Okay. Welcome to all the grads here today. Super excited to be here. I see 22 of the 95 that are graduating today. And you guys clean up really well. You guys look beautiful. Thank you to Hope Community Church for allowing us to use this space. Thank you to Francis and to Greg for managing all the behind-the-scenes technology and for all the parent volunteers who have made today in the last week and the last. To all the friends and family around the world who can't be here, we welcome you here in spirit as you watch online. We hope things go smoothly and you get a taste of what our community is like. My name is Sean Engel. I'm a parent of a grad as well as a teacher to many of these grads over my parent on. I'll do my best to represent the parents as I speak. The images on the screen are statements that many parents of Surrey Christian wrote a few years ago at an AGM. They summarize our dreams for you as you learned and lived at Surrey Christian School and as you walk out these doors today as an alumni. Thank you, Mr. Mellison. Did you turn it on? You got me? Good? I had the honor of witnessing many of you guys grow up, starting with your first day of kindergarten so many years ago when we had to let go of your hands as you started your educational journey. We watched you play at the old elementary campus on 160th, building forts in the forest as you learned to play with each other, going on pumpkin patch rides, participating in Bulldog Bowl, which is now Falcons Fest, and watched you move from different classrooms and different campuses along the way. You have been a very special group from a young age, and having this unique of a grad with 3 different sites, live streaming for the world to participate seems to fit you. This will be a graduation ceremony we will remember for many years, for many different reasons, and in large part because of who you guys are. Your class has chosen Jeremiah 29, verse 11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Jeremiah said these words to exhort a nation, not just one person. So when he said this, he said, "I have plans for you, not just for you, but for all of you." I want to use these same words in this theme to challenge you as you leave our walls in the context of what it means to be a human today. The message then was for a group of people who had been in captivity for an entire generation in Babylon. They were displaced, their lives and dreams were put on hold, and what was routine and normal for them became uncertain and in doubt. You have had a very small taste of this in the last few months, as you've been captive in your own home as we negotiate a pandemic. Your future seems uncertain, and your next year of life is no longer routine or what you had planned. On top of that, in the last few years, we've become aware of the threat of a climate crisis. We are witness to injustice with racism, sexism, and increased economic imbalance between the rich and the poor, as well as the mistreatment of those who are vulnerable. We can relate to the Israelites in many ways because of our culture and the feeling that we get from the pandemic. We are all contributors to these problems, but the encouraging part is that God has chosen us humans to be a part of the solution. The plan of recovery is not set in stone, it's just a blueprint. It's been evolving over the course of creation. We keep making mistakes, and we keep getting better. We are invited and needed to join in this cosmic dance together to ensure all of creation thrives, to join and befriend our neighbor next door, our neighbors across the globe, and to be the voice of the plants, the animals, the oceans, the earth, and the unheard as we all pull together and show the love of Christ in all the corners of creation, both the living and the non-living. This was our first call, to care for and sustain his beautiful creation, all of it. Creation longs for us to remember our call. We have witnessed you join this call. I have witnessed you join this call in many ways as you reach out, treat each other in the hallways, the way you curiously created in the art room, the shop, the science lab, exploring in forests, performing on stages, playing beautiful music in concerts, and while you competed in athletic games. I have witnessed you honoring each other and your teachers and fellow students in how you chose your capstone projects, how you chose courses that provided you opportunities to volunteer and to lead, to mentor those around you. I have seen many of you grow and transition from a 5-year-old to a high school graduate. Many of you have joined along the way, and friendship groups have changed, and you've begun to find your niche. Carl Jung's quote regarding raising children says, "The greatest gift a parent can give their child is a life lived to its fullest." And I feel the reciprocal is also true. The greatest gift that you can give us as parents is to pursue your dreams. We are most happy when you are living in a space of joy and fulfillment. When you are fully into each moment and enjoying whatever you are doing. When you are you and you enjoy being you. As you embark into the next stage of life, embrace it. Run towards challenges. Bring your joy. Bring your full self into this world and fill the needs that we have for the people and this planet to prosper, for it to thrive because you are in it. Embrace all the colors of the rainbow because this world is not black and white and was never intended to be. We need everyone and all the beauty that this world can have. Everyone and everything belongs. We long for creation and humanity to move further towards inclusion. You have begun to write our next chapter in this book of humanity, and we are excited to read what words you will use. As a representative of the parents today, may I say we are proud of who you are today, and we're very excited about who you will become in the future. Blessings as you graduate. You are very deeply loved.
All right. All right, grads. I'm honored to stand before you and share a few words as your staff representative. This was a memorable year, and we're proud to have journeyed it together. I want to start by acknowledging that there's always tension when addressing large groups of students and parents. Though I am known in part for subtly roasting students, I've come to learn this is not the time or the place. There's too many cameras, there's too large a crowd. I will reserve these moments for times when I am less likely to be, as you would say, exposed. Let's begin. Lately, I've focused much of my mental energy answering a simple question: why? This comes with the territory of having a 2-year-old, as seemingly every action I take has to be questioned as he tries to navigate the world around him. Jace, eat your veggies. Why? Jace, quit putting your finger in your baby sister's nose. Why? Jace, please keep your clothes on in the front yard. Why? However, it recently dawned on me that why might be the most important question he can ask. He's making sense of my actions and satisfying his desire to learn. It's ironic that as he grows up, the tables will turn and I'll be the one asking him the questions. Are you sure about the school you're choosing? What about the degree you chose? How do you know that person's the one for you? What happened? And lastly, hopefully not too often, what on earth were you thinking? One of the questions I've reflected on over the past few months in our COVID-altered education system is the simplicity of a poor question. I often ended my Zoom lessons with a quick, "Any questions?" followed by sweet silence as students tried to avoid eye contact while closing the other 9 tabs they had open. If I'm honest, I counted on the fact that most of you were deathly afraid to unmute yourself and fire out a question in front of all your classmates. You were already hovering the giant red leave meeting button in anticipation of going back to bed. You see, as a teacher, I was asking you a poor question. You were thinking about how soft your pillow was, and I was thinking about my next meeting 5 minutes away. I could have asked better questions like, "Christine, do you actually know when chemistry starts?" Or, "Josh, what gives the idea that now was the time to start talking?" My questions were poor because I was asking something that was unlikely to lead to further dialogue or mutual understanding. It was entirely self-serving. Every day you are faced with hundreds of questions. Most you answer without consideration, while others require attention and practice. I'll give you an example. Today I woke up and asked myself, what should I have for breakfast? Easy answer, Crave. It's basically a chocolate-filled pastry that somehow qualifies as breakfast cereal. Next, what clothes should I wear to our staff meetings? Again, easy. Whatever's in the top of the drawer doesn't smell too bad. After brushing my teeth in the shower, it saves time, I'm out the door. It's only when I start to drive that I ask myself questions that require process. There's a reason for this. Up to this point in the day, I've asked myself questions that don't really matter to me. They are simple and they lack depth and meaning. While they may be important to others, and they should, they are not essential in my way of seeing the world. It's a testament to the beauty of creation that every single one of us has different questions that we consider important. To Mr. Nil, the question, "What's the story here?" matters. To Mrs. Yip, "What do you need, my child?" To Mrs. Chapman, "Can it be more organized or streamlined or something?" matters. And to Mr. Bucker, "Can I get away with openly making fun of this student while passing it off as banter?" matters. And the answer is yes. These kinds of questions are important to us. They are the reason we are part of the SCS community. They are tied to sleepless nights or first day nerves. So many of our important questions are directly correlated to the questions that we hope you guys will ask in your lifetime. We gleam with pride when students come back after graduating and pore over the questions that are taking their lives in different directions. A couple of years back, I had the opportunity to listen to Chris Hadfield speak live. I was inspired, so I bought his book, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. Hadfield masterfully covers the difficulty of being accepted as an astronaut, the importance of preparation, and most importantly, how to align the questions you ask and the goals you want to achieve. See, Hadfield had a massive advantage in life in that he always knew he wanted to go to space. He recalls as a kid weighing candy against veggies and asking the question, "What will help me get to space?" Veggies. After high school, he realizes there is no smooth path for Canadians to become astronauts. So using the same line of questioning, he decides that learning to fly fighter jets in the Canadian military was the best way to show that he could be trusted to pilot a rocket ship. Hadfield knew that his goal was to go to space, but he only achieved his life goals by dedicating to a vitally important question: will this get me to space? You see, what I've learned about asking questions is that as you start to delve into areas of interest, you will find you don't have the time to answer as many as you would like. Hadfield dedicated a huge portion of his life to exploring his questions and talks openly about the sacrifices he made to commit to them. A single question that defined his life may have little to no bearing in your life, and that's okay. Heck, it's great. Can you imagine if all of us lived our lives thinking, "Will this get me to space?" We'd be miserable. You, grade 12s, are created uniquely, and because of that, you are more inclined to ask questions suited to your passions. A question that is important and foundational to your worldview might be irrelevant to someone else's. The questions you asked in your time at SCS and will continue to explore as you leave these walls are likely a microcosm of who you are and where your values lie. As an example of this, take a look at the current state of the world you are graduating into. Reflect. Let your mind conjure up images of people as you hear questions that are defining lives in 2020. Questions like, how can we slow globally rising CO2 levels? Or, how can I balance the health and well-being of British Columbians with the restrictions that come from a society in lockdown? Or, how can we work towards wholeness as a society when systemic racism has denied opportunity to some for the direct benefit of others? The people you visualize from these questions were high school students once, just like you. They graduated as you are, and their path towards understanding who they are and what would define them. Grade 12s, I hope the questions you ask over the next 5, 10, 50 years are ones that are an intersection of your passions, your gifts, and the things that are important enough to lose sleep over. If I asked you all to jot down a few questions that you feel will define your journey, I would end up with 96, I thought. Ingber said 95. Different lives worth of work. Today we are created beautifully. Truly, we are created beautifully and unique. As long as you continue to ask and seek, you will find meaning in the thin spaces that your questions lead to. As you leave this place and enter the unknown, you will often falter in the face of difficult answers. Asking good questions is only half the battle. Often, answers aren't gift-wrapped. It might be hidden behind years of formal education. cultural norms, old wounds, or a sense of self-doubt that can't be overcome easily. From my experience, the best questions have the most difficult answers. So I and others often revert to avoidance as an acceptable method to skirting issues that lie in front of me. It's easy to tell yourself that someone else will provide better answers or is more suited to take on the task in front of you. It takes courage to move forward when you are your own greatest critic. But I hope in these moments you are able to experience a strength that has been honed by a mindset of you are competent, you are capable. The world needs people like you to do what is right in the face of adversity. Lastly, I pray that you are able to ask questions and seek answers that meet the deep needs of others. I'm a teacher and I love to teach. While I love chemistry, biology, and all things science, the question that drives me back and forth down Highway 1 through brutal construction 5 days a week, 100+ days a year, is how can I create a place where students feel known and valued while freely exploring creation? It's not enough to be driven by questions that are self-serving. If I was only motivated to teach for personal reasons, I would have quit a long time ago. All the teachers here would have. It's almost impossible to find joy in teaching if you are only asking questions that focus on your own growth. Teaching is at its core about guiding others to ask important questions that come to define who they are. At Surrey Christian, we ask the question, where do your deep hopes meet the world's deep needs? I trust that the questions you ask as you continue to walk through life will be rooted in finding wholeness through helping others. In closing, grade 12s, can you please stand up and accept this blessing by standing and extending your hands? Grade 12s, may you have the courage to ask significant questions uniquely suited to your gifts, the desire to navigate difficult answers in the face of adversity, and the strength to apply yourself where others need you most. We are so proud of the legacy you leave behind. In the words of Hadfield, soft landings as you go about your way. Thank you.
What if I stumble? What if I fall?
Is this one for the people? Is this one for the Lord? Or do I simply serenade for things I must afford? You can jumble them together, my conflict still remains. Holiness is calling in the midst of courting fame.
'Cause I see the trust in their
Though the
eyes.
sky is falling,
They need your love in their lives.
compromise is calling.
What if I stumble? What if I fall?
What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all?
Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl? What if I stumble?
And what if I
What if I stumble? What if I fall? You never turn in the guilt at all. What if I stumble? What if I fall?
Father, please forgive me, for I cannot compose the fear that lives within me, or the rate at which it grows. Struggle has a purpose on the narrow road you've carved. Why do I dread my trespasses will leave a deadly scar?
Do they see the fear in my eyes?
Are these so revealing?
This time I cannot disguise.
All the doubt I'm feeling. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? crawl when you know that you're up against a wall. It's about to fall. Everyone's got to crawl when you know that. Yeah. Everyone's got to crawl when you know that you're up against a wall. It's about to fall. Everyone's got to crawl when you know that.
I hear you whispering my name.
You say
Love for you will never change.
never change. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl?
What if I stumble?
And
What if I stumble?
and what if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl?
What if I stumble?
And what if I
What if I stumble? What if I fall? You never turn in the heat of it all. What if I stumble? What if I fall? You are my comfort and my God.
Is this one for the people? Is this one for the Lord?
Can you hear me? All right. Hi, I'm Louise Chapman,
And I'm Dane Splinter.
and we have the pleasure of starting the introductions for the graduating class of 2020. Awesome applause, but we ask that you hold your applause until the end so that we can hear each introduction. So without further ado, you ready? Here's our first graduate. Aaron Aguilera. Aaron has been at SCS since kindergarten and is a member of the Boys, who are notorious for hooping it up at lunchtime. He is someone you can always trust and will lend a hand whenever needed. His highlights included the grade 10 basketball team, rafting trip, and sailing trip. He will be attending SFU next year to study kinesiology.
Picholo Amarillo. PC's favorite memories at SCS include playing basketball with the boys, making videos, and playing video games. He's known for his sense of humor and creativity. He'd like to thank Mrs. Yip, Mrs. Chapman, Mr. Wall, and Mr. Vandenberg, who all helped him develop a solid work ethic, taught him valuable knowledge, helped him define his passions. PC plans to take a gap semester, then go to BCIT for film studies, and hopes to one day start his own company.
Jatin Atwell. Jatin, known to be a caring individual by his friends, has been attending SCS since 8th grade. Throughout his time here, he has particularly enjoyed chemistry because of all the interesting and unique units. He will fondly remember playing basketball again with the boys, previously mentioned. Jatin will be attending KPU in the fall.
Joshua Bizanet. After switching schools 7 times and living across 3 provinces throughout high school, we are thankful that Joshua landed with us at SCS last year. His favorite experience were the Lead Across Cultures trip and the grad trip. This past semester, Josh actually completed his first semester at Trinity Western, where he will be returning for the next 2 years before he plans to transfer to Caltech University. He is deeply grateful for his mom, who made his high school career possible, and for her support the entire way.
Boyan Chen. Boyan loves to compete and push himself to be better while facilitating connections and community with his classmates. You can find him either playing basketball or badminton in the gym or running the ping pong club. He will be attending the University of Waterloo to study in the 5-year co-op civil engineering program. Boyan is the recipient of the SCS Service Award.
Athena Cheng. Athena has been in SCS since grade 8. Athena has developed her skills and a deep enjoyment for the visual art since she was young. Throughout her time at SCS, she will fondly remember the many overnight trips she's participated in because she was taught more independence and responsibility. Athena was an active member of the strings ensemble as a top-notch violinist for 5 years. After graduation, she's planning to attend Emily Carr University.
Soo-young Choi. Soo-young spends most of her time with her friends in the music room or selling pizza next to it, and many of her favorite memories involve music. She had her first solo in the middle school concert Back to the Manger, singing in front of chapel, just singing earlier, and being part of 92nd Avenue, the senior vocal jazz group. She would like to thank Mr. Yonker for being obsessed with details and giving her the support she needed to create a 3D printed phone stand for Physics 11. And she would like to thank Mrs. Yip for her moral support during hard times. Soo-young plans on studying computer science at UBC in the fall, and she is the recipient of the International Award.
Kevin Daniel. If you need someone to make you laugh, you can count on Kevin. He's been spreading his particular brand of humor at SCN since grade 5. We also know him as someone who can be called upon to help others deal with technology and to keep things running smoothly. His favorite place to be in the school is the physics room, both as a place to hang out with his friends at lunchtime and a place to be academically challenged. Kevin is looking forward to the new challenge of studying nursing at Trinity Western University. That's great.
Are you going to say that to everybody? That's great. Okay. Ruth Desta. Ruth joined Surrey Christian in grade 10 and quickly became deeply rooted in this community. She could often be found in the library recommending books and hanging out with friends, co-running the Faulkner editorial team, or writing pieces for publication through her internship for the Avenues magazine. She plans to attend SFU for engineering. Ruth is the recipient of the Field Martin Award, SCS Scholar, and SCS Service Award.
Rebecca Fan. Rebecca joined SCS in grade 9. She's best known for her incredible talent and dedication in running the first dance team at SCS. Her desire to pursue dermatology has been inspired by Mrs. Chapman's passion for biology. That's so great. And how much she has learned from her. She plans on going into a pre-pharmacy or a pre-med program.
Ben Hensey. Ben is a curious man, always thinking about what could be and then striving to see if he can do it. His favorite classes included outdoor ed, the SCS film team, and any science class he could take that would allow him to try to blow stuff up. A highlight of his time at SCS comes from crawling through the lava tube caves on the Mount St. Helens trip. He would like to thank Mr. Bucker for stopping the school from catching on fire after a little accident with a fuel bottle while cleaning some stoves for the outdoor ed class. Ben has been accepted into business at UBC and is planning on also studying computer science. Ben is the recipient of the Artona Award and the Dogwood Award for Fine Arts in Photography.
Richard Jansen, the man, the myth, the legend. There's nothing to say about Richard that he has not already said about himself. The hype man, known for his freestyle rapping, really enjoyed music class because of the teamwork required for making great music. Richard's most cherished memories of SCS come from the grade 8 sailing trip. All the music trips, being a part of the basketball team, and the rafting trip in grade 12. Richard would like to thank Mr. Myung and his mom for teaching him that it is okay not to be perfect all the time. Richard plans to attend Simon Fraser University as a kinesiology major. He's the recipient of the SCS Servant Award.
Hoon Jung. Hoon has attended SCS for the past 2 years and has enjoyed them to the fullest. He has been known to hang out in the library or gym, working on assignments and playing badminton. He has also enjoyed being on the senior soccer team and part of the Language Partners Club. He values friendship and working hard toward his goals. We wish him all the best as he plans to attend UBC in the fall. He is the recipient of the SCS Service Award.
Joseph Koo. Joseph came to SCS in grade 11 from Poi Lam High School in Malaysia. His favorite memories have included being a part of the orchestra, playing violin in the Christmas concert, and working with the international students while volunteering for the summer camp. Joseph is known for his artistic abilities, his innovation, and his deep faith. After graduation, Joseph has plans to begin studying psychology at SFU, then to pursue medicine in the field of neuropsychology. Also great.
Yoonji Kim. Yoonji is a fun-loving and thoughtful person. She joined SCS in grade 11 and immediately became a valued member of the class community. She loved this year's grad trip and wanted to thank Mr. Yonker. She wanted to let him know that learning about Newton's third law of motion changed her life. Okay, and she plans to take a gap year and explore her future options down the road.
Cameron Liebold. Cam has been at SCS since he transferred in grade 7. His favorite subjects were English and creative writing because they allowed him to grow in his passion for writing. Cam's best memories were of the grad trip, both the rafting itself and playing games with friends. Cam has received the Dean's Scholarship at Trinity Western, where he plans to continue studying English and creative writing.
Chloe Lee. Chloe could often be found contributing to and enjoying the calm, creative atmosphere of the art room. Her excellence in the visual arts have made her the recipient of the Art 12 Award this year. Chloe's favorite memories from her time at SCS were the art field trips and participating in strings. She has been accepted into both SFU and UBC next year and intends to continue her education in one of these fine institutions.
Sean Lee. Joining the class in grade 4, Sean has always been a storyteller. He loves creative writing and sharing his ideas with others. His highlights of this past year include bonding on the grad trip and wowing audiences as the irrationally angry Mr. Capulet in Romeo and Juliet. You were wonderful in that. Sean would like to thank Mr. Vandenberg for casting him and allowing him to open up and express himself. Sean is heading to UBC, where he hopes to explore even more creative writing opportunities.
Yenna Lee. Is she wearing yellow? Maybe. When Yenna joined SCS in grade 9, the color yellow immediately became very visible. She is an enthusiastic and community-minded student whose talented performances in the 92nd Avenue Ensemble has led her to receiving the Outstanding Vocal Jazz Student Award. Yenna would like to thank Su Young and Jae-won, who helped her in many ways during the first year of school in Canada. Yenna plans to study general sciences at Trinity Western University in the fall.
James Lee. James is a true Renaissance man who is both an exceptional academic student who loves the sciences and a very talented arts student. He's known for his leadership roles in multiple clubs and committees, and we are thankful for the ways he has built community and pursued excellence. Next year, James plans on going to the University of Toronto to study engineering. He is the recipient of the Dogwood Award for Leadership, the SCS Environmental Award, the Science and Art Awards, the University of Toronto Scholars Award, and the Besant Motors Scholarship. Well done, James.
Jenny Lin. Jenny joined SCS from Taiwan in grade 9 and has made a huge impact on our school community. Outside her timetable, Jenny participated in Java Men and Swing Girl, Leadership, Grad Council, the Faulkner, and badminton. Her best memory at SCS is the San Francisco Music Tour in 2019, as she was able to connect with many students in the music department. She would like to thank Mr. Myung for providing many opportunities to develop into a leader, Mr. Yonker for making her love physics, and Mr. Nill for being a supportive homeroom teacher. Jenny will be attending the University of Toronto in computer science in September. She is the recipient of the SCS Leader, the SCS Scholar Award, as well as the Dogwood Award in Fine Arts for Music.
David Liu. David will fondly remember his time in concert band and the tight-knit community that he formed with his friends through playing music. David has made many incredible memories during his time at SCS, which include winning the Surrey Basketball Championships in grade 10, making it to the basketball provincial tournament this year, and this year's fall concert and evening of jazz. Lead Across Cultures and all the music tours. He would like to thank Mr. Bucker for giving him the opportunities to go on the Lead Across Cultures trip and to volunteer at ESL camps, and Mr. Myung for teaching him to pursue his passions. David plans to attend UBC in September and become an ESL teacher.
Stephanie Ma. Stephanie is a very skilled and creative art student who did some outstanding work in her time at Surrey Christian. She is going to UBC Arts in the fall and plans to study psychology, as she has been interested in that field since grade 9. She would like to thank all the grads that made her 5-year experience at SCS so interesting and enjoyable.
Sumin Ma. Sumin joined SCS in grade 11 and has enjoyed being a part of the Language Partners Club and Grad Council. Most of all, Sumin has enjoyed ceramics and art as a way to be creative and express her innermost thoughts. She could often be found hanging out in the library sofas or cafe tables with her friends, stealing food from Hyun. Sumin plans to attend UBC in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Arts. She is the recipient of the Dogwood Award for Visual Arts and the SCS Service Award.
Christine Maloko. While at SCS, Christine's favorite subjects were concert band and biology, where she was able to continue her passion for playing great music and learning more about the human body. She enjoyed her time on the Lead Across Cultures trip because she was able to experience many new things with friends in foreign countries. Christine would like to thank her mom for helping her get to where she is today, encouraging her to never give up on her dreams, no matter how hard the path may be to get there. Christine has been accepted to the Faculty of Natural and Applied Sciences and Nursing at Trinity Western University. She is the recipient of the Dogwood Award in Fine Arts for Music.
Andrew Moon. Andrew is known for his intelligence and his kindness. He is someone who can both light up a room with his smile and expand people's minds with his keen ability to explain historical concepts. His favorite subjects included socials and biology. He'd like to thank his teachers and his friends for their encouragement and support throughout the years. Andrew plans for next year include extending his learning at UBC in the Faculty of Science. He is the recipient of the SCS Service Award.
Rahul Narayan. Rahul is a sweet, sensitive guy who cares about doing right by people around him, whether that be friends, classmates, elementary buddies, teachers, and family. He has loved his science classes and wishes to share his appreciation for Mrs. Yip, Mr. Bucker, Mr. Yonker, who tells great jokes, and Mrs. Chapman for the amazing learning in their classes. Rahul plans to take his passion for science to SFU as he joins their engineering science program.
You're getting a lot of shout outs there. That's got to make you feel good.
I'll give you.
Jeremy Narlin. Jeremy has attended Surrey Christian since kindergarten and has especially enjoyed physics and pre-calculus, and how his teachers made those classes fun places to learn. One of his favorite memories of SCS was the Lead Across Cultures program, where he was able to embrace a completely different culture in a foreign country, create new friendships, and strengthen current ones. Jeremy will be attending SFU for computer science next year.
Edmonds Pooh. Over the last 4 years at SCS, Edmonds has been nourished by eating both takeout food in class and hanging out with his friends. His favorite memory is a senior music trip to San Francisco, where he endured a fun yet long and chaotic bus ride. Edmonds will be attending McGill University in the fall, where he will be studying statistics.
Matthew Rathor. Matthew has attended SCS since kindergarten. His favorite classes were physics class with Mr. Yonker and pre-cal with Mrs. Yip because of their wonderful personalities and teaching styles. His leadership skills have been an invaluable part of the Language Partners Club, senior boys basketball, and the initiatives of leadership class. After high school, he's planning to attend SFU for Megatronics Engineering. Wow, that's a mouthful. That's great. In the fall. He is the recipient of the Westland Scholarship and the SCS Leader Award. Matthew would like to thank his parents for their love and their support.
Jaewon Suk. Jaewon is known for helping others and can be found editing out everyone else's essays, as her work is always done ahead of time. She has also assisted her community by being part of leadership, ESL class, and night shift. Her favorite memory from SCS was hiking on the grade 10 PE trip, where she wanted to give up, but Soo-yeon encouraged her, gave her some chocolates, and she made it to the top, where the view was breathtaking. This hike is an example of her most valuable lesson. Don't ever give up, whether it's hiking or taking a course like Physics 11 with Mr. Yonker. Jaewon will be attending the arts program at UBC in the fall. She is the winner of the Millennial Award, SCS Scholar Award, Leader Award, and the Dogwood Award in Community Service for volunteering.
Adam Vandervelden. Adam has been an important part of the Surrey Christian School community since kindergarten. He is known for his kindness, resilience, and biking to school every day with James Lee, no matter the weather. He has enjoyed the opportunities to go to Victoria Band Camp, the sailing trip, the rafting trip, as they allowed him to learn unique things, bond with his classmates, and form some of his best memories. Adam is taking a gap year after graduation, then hopes to apply to KPU or BCIT to learn either product or industrial design. He is the recipient of a Dogwood Award for Computer Modeling and the SCS Scholar Award.
Emma Wong. Emma's energetic presence follows her as she travels the halls of SCS. In fact, her favorite room of the school was the band room because it's always loud. Emma will fondly remember eating lunch in Mrs. Yip's room, hanging out with friends, and her third period spare. Emma is also a great leader. With some of her classmates, she organized the peer tutoring program and was an excellent tutor herself. Her honest and hardworking nature will serve her well as she continues on to university and medical school. Emma is the recipient of an SCS Service Award and Dogwood Award in Leadership with a local focus.
Jackie Shao. Jackie has attended SCS since grade 6. His favorite subjects are music and math, and has been involved in both the concert and jazz bands. He will be remembered for his kindness and as someone who willingly shared compliments with others to brighten their day. Jackie has been accepted into NYU and would like to thank his parents for the lessons that they've taught him and the way they've invested in him.
Chloe Shee. Although Chloe has only been at SCS for 1 year, she has made some amazing friendships. You would be hard-pressed to see her around the school without Stephanie, Kate, Crystal, and Diana. She is a talented artist who found calm and relaxation in painting and drawing. Chloe would like to thank her family for all their love and support over the years. She will be attending SFU in the fall. All the best to you, Chloe.
Iona Yu. Iona joined SCS in grade 9. She loves to explore and discover new experiences and ideas, and will fondly remember her experiences through both the grad rafting trip and the Belief Project field trips, where she was able to get a first-person view of different faiths. She plans on attending either TWU, KPU, or Langara in the fall. She wants to especially thank Cassie Wang, who is always there when she needs comfort or assistance, even when they are very far apart from each other. Iona is the recipient of the SCS Encouragement Award.
Max Sang. Max is known as a person who always speaks his mind. He is a straight shooter who loves solving problems. At SCS, Max learned he loved math so much that he would spend as many minutes in the physics classroom as possible, even eating lunch there every day with his friends. His favorite memory at SCS came from bonding with friends on the grad trip and being part of the Strings program. Max plans to live his life to the fullest as he goes to SFU next year to study computer science.
Good evening. And my name is Janice McDonald, and we are so excited to introduce the next group of grads. Here we go. Andrew Bin. Andrew, or Binzi, loves having a good time. His favorite memories at SCS include hanging out with his doll friends in the cafe or gym, as well as playing soccer and ultimate frisbee. He cites ultimate as his best achievement when they won the 2018-2019 provincial championships. I'm going to continue now. During COVID, Andrew has enjoyed working in construction, and he looks forward to going to Thompson Rivers University to study engineering. Binzi, send it. Both me. Crystal Chen. Okay. Excuse us. Crystal Chen. Crystal has been at SCS since grade 7. During this time, she has been a friendly, conscientious, and hardworking student. Crystal would like to thank her family and friends for all their love and support over the years. Crystal could not be here with us tonight as she has returned to her home in China after finishing her grade 12 courses in January. All the best to you, Crystal, as you pursue your future dreams.
Emma DeVries. Emma would like to thank her uncle for getting her to this point. Emma has been a lifer at Surrey Christian School, starting way back in kindergarten. Emma earned the honor of being a Luke Van Harmelen Award winner as one of our senior girls athletes of the year. She played volleyball, basketball, ultimate, and soccer for SCS, and we are super proud of all she has accomplished. Thank you, Emma, for coaching our grade 8 girls volleyball team as well as the time you spent assisting in the classroom at the elementary school. Emma's favorite memories at SCS were winning a provincial championship at grade 11 in ultimate, as well as Mr. Math Vandenberg putting fake parking tickets on our cars when we all parked all over the place, blocking in everyone else's cars. Emma would like to thank Mr. Bucker for leaving her at a gas station on a basketball road trip as well. She'll be attending the University of the Fraser Valley to become an elementary school teacher. Blessings in your future, Emma. Ben Dieleman. Ben started at SCS in kindergarten, but left for a few years. After he realized how amazing high school was, though, he returned for grade 8. Ben loves math, sciences, and computers, and spent a lot of time programming computer games. He is currently tossing up whether to go to UBC for engineering or SFU for mechatronics. He has been accepted to both.
Comrie Engbers. Comrie, aka Chrome, his motto in life is treat others as you want to be treated. This clearly explains why Comrie is an all-around friendly, likable, sociable, kind, and smart young man. His favorite memories at SCS are of playing sports with great teammates, the Lead Across Cultures trips to Korea and Japan, and just hanging out with the guys. Comrie would like to thank his parents for being his biggest supporters and for taking the time out of their lives to help him reach his goals. Comrie is the recipient of many awards and scholarships, including the Luke Van Harmelen Scholarship at SCS, the Luke Van Harmelen Scholarship from BC Christian Schools Association, the Dogwood Award in Athletic Performance, an Athletic Entrance Scholarship for Volleyball at the University of the Fraser Valley, the BC Volleyball Scholarship, the BC School Sports Scholarship, the Westland Scholarship, and the SCS Service Award. Easton Freeman. Easton joined SCS in grade 10, and he found his groove quickly. His favorite moments have been in the gym, particularly on the volleyball court. Easton worked diligently to become a starter in grade 12. He's loved being part of a team that went to provincials and represented so well. A person that Easton is particularly thankful for is Mr. Nill, for his ability to make SCS secondary feel so inviting. After high school, Easton plans on attending UFE, where he will study criminology. All the best to you, Easton.
Austin Gerber. Austin has been with us since kindergarten. He can often be found hanging out in the computer lab with Ben and Jacob, where he loves to write code and solve problems. And an impressive problem solver he is. Austin has coded many games and is always up for a new challenge. This will serve him well as he heads off to SFU next year to study mechatronics. Austin is a recipient of the Dogwood Award in Applied Skills. Carter Hamlin. Cart, our resident Saskatchewan boy, came to us at the start of grade 11, and we are very glad that he did. After just 2 weeks on campus, this bright, kind, and thoughtful guy found his niche. Carter loves all things sports, especially basketball and football, and he could probably be the GM of a professional team with his knowledge and business-like skill set. Carter's favorite memory at SCS was when we qualified for provincials this year in basketball, loving that his team accomplished something that we had not done for over 15 years. Carter will be attending BCIT to pursue a degree in civil engineering. Blessings in your future, Carter.
Michaela Ironside. Michaela is a uniquely kind human being. She never says a negative word about others. Michaela radiates kindness wherever she travels, and others feel comforted to be in her presence. Speaking of travels, Michaela will graduate SCS having traveled to Korea, Japan, South Africa, Guatemala, and Honduras. She also has traveled locally with her cheer team, which has given her much support and motivation throughout high school. Michaela has truly embraced her motto in life, to love all, to trust few, and to do wrong to none. Michaela would like to thank her parents for all of their love and their support throughout high school. Next year, Michaela will take a gap year and then head off to one of the many universities she's been accepted to study biology in the area of medical or forensic sciences. Michaela is the recipient of the SCS Leader, SCS Scholar, and a Dogwood Award in Community Service. Christine Jang. Christine is a rare gem of a human being. She is mature beyond her years and has taken it upon herself to engage in servant leadership in amongst almost every area of our school. She played an integral role in leadership, rec leadership, lead across cultures, language partners club, and was captain of the basketball team. She claims that her favorite class was chemistry, which is confusing because she usually missed the first 10 minutes or so of it. She is a blend of humility and motivation, which come together fantastically when she has the opportunity to serve others. She thanks Mr. Bucker for constantly believing in her and supporting her. She also thanks Mrs. Yip for acting as a second mother to her. Christine, we will miss you dearly as you head off to Sauder School of Business at UBC in September. We hope that you continue to have a profound impact on those around you as you practice your gift of servant leadership. Christine is the recipient of the SCS Leader Award, SCS Scholar Award, SCS Service Award, and a Dogwood Award in Leadership.
Bradley Cruz. This California boy came to us in grade 5 with his mad soccer skills and his great hair. Bradley is a fast athlete and has used those skills, along with his hair, to be a significant contributor in both our soccer and ultimate teams. Bradley's favorite memory at SCS was winning provincials in ultimate in grade 11. Lover of math and super thankful for Mrs. Yip, Bradley will take his STEM skills to SFU as he is pursuing a degree in mechatronic system engineering. Blessings in your future, Bradley. Chloe Ma. When you look up the definition studious in a dictionary, you will quite possibly find a picture of Chloe beside it. Chloe has worked incredibly hard as a student at SCS. While she excelled in many areas, math was where she found the most joy. You could also find Chloe involved in grad council, language partners club, night shift ministries, and badminton. Chloe looks forward to attending SFU in the fall for actuarial science. Chloe is a recipient of the Schulich Leader Scholarship valued at $80,000 and the SCS Scholar Award.
Brandon McGill. Brandon has been at SCS since kindergarten. He's a lifer. He is a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Also, you will always know where you stand with Brandon. Some of Brandon's best memories come from his experience in the weight room, school trips, and from playing on the school teams. Brandon will be attending Simon Fraser University in the fall, where he will pursue a degree in environmental studies. Meg Muller. Meg came to SCS in October of grade 11 and quickly found her group of friends. Meg is a very talented volleyball player who guided our senior girls to provincials this year. Meg's favorite experiences have included playing on the volleyball team, being coached by Henrik Van Rijk, coaching and impacting the grade 8 girls volleyball team with Emma DeVries, and being able to go on trips with her outdoor ed class. Meg plans to attend the University of Victoria, where she will pursue a degree in psychology. Blessings on your future, Meg.
Josh Nanton. Josh joined SCS in grade 8, quickly making his presence known. He is energetic and full of life. Josh's favorite subject area was physics. Thanks, Mr. Yonker. I didn't write that. And he was a key member of both the boys' soccer team and basketball teams. Josh's plans for next year are yet to be determined. However, he wants his mom to know that he is going places, and he is thankful for her guidance and support. Carolyn Nixdorf. Joining the Surrey Christian community in grade 7, Carolyn is grateful for the many friends and memories she has made here. From the grade 8 sailing trip to going to the senior girls basketball provincials as a junior, there have been many opportunities to grow. She's excited to be moving to Edmonton to attend University of Alberta's business program, although she will miss hanging out with her friends and playing soccer with them.
Kate Pan. Hiding under her calm demeanor, Kate Pan is an enigma. She came to SCS from our sister school in China, and though she may seem quiet and reserved, she immediately became a dynamic force in the classroom. Always willing to get to know her teachers, everyone seems to have a very different and unique story about Kate. She is caring for others and extremely tough on herself when she does not meet the goals that she has set. As an academic, she poured herself into her studies to learn as much as she possibly could. She speaks openly about her phenomenal experiences at SCS, and she is thankful for everyone who has helped make them happen. Kate cherished her memories in art class and will be taking her incredible gift to fashion school in New York this fall. Veronica Parkinson. Although she has only been with us for 2 years, Veronica has become part of our community through her leadership and, honestly, through her delicious baking. She has especially enjoyed her social studies classes with Mr. Minema because of the topics they explored, which helped her think critically about the world. Veronica spends her time outside of school running her nonprofit organization, the Juice Box Project, curling, and volunteering with the City of Surrey's Youth Council. Next year, she will attend UBC Okanagan and work towards a Bachelor of Arts degree. Veronica is a recipient of many awards. Among them are the Besant Motor Scholarship, the Coast Capital Standing Tall Award, the Dogwood Award in Community Service, and the SCS Scholar Award.
Rachel Renema. Rachel has been at Surrey Christian since kindergarten. She is known for her fun-loving, spontaneous nature, hysterical laugh, and optimism. Among her happiest times and favorite memories are the lunches and spares spent hanging out with her friends. The most valuable lesson that she takes with her is valuing friends and a deep appreciation for people who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. She plans on taking a gap semester before attending SFU in January to pursue a 2-year criminology program and then moving into forensic sciences at BCIT. Way to go, Rachel. Jaden Versluis. Jaden has been at SCS since kindergarten. Throughout school, he has been known as the soccer kid, but has played key roles in volleyball and ultimate, both as a player and a coach, and as part of the rec leadership team. His best sports memory is being a key player on the field as SCS won their first provincial championship in ultimate last year. Jaden is thankful to his brother Mason for always being there for him and for all that he has taught him. Jaden is planning on attending UFV for criminal justice. He is the winner of the Athlete of the Year and a Dogwood Award in the area of physical activity.
Sage Wallstra. Sage is rock solid, both on the climbing wall and in life. She greatly enjoyed participating in the rock climbing club and playing on the ultimate team. Sage loves people, and she loves serving them, whether that be through her internship in the grade 4 classroom, the rec leadership class, running athletics, or just hanging out with friends. Sage plans to take her adventurous spirit and love of people on the road next year. She plans to work with YWAM and make new friends all around the world. Sage is the recipient of the SCS Service Award and the Dogwood Award in Community Service.
Ryan Wang. Unfortunately, Ryan can't be with us tonight as he's returned to China. Ryan has been developing his flamboyant personality here at SCS since grade 8. He is known for his flair for creativity and his passion for debating, although he recommends not being the loudest kid in Mr. Chapman's class. Ryan will also be remembered for his driving skills in the motor club, his contribution to yearbook, photography, and the tech team, and the epic time he had being the DJ for the school dance. Although he will miss spending time with his mates at Surrey Christian, he is excited to begin university life at the University of Toronto St. George's campus. All the best, Ryan.
for this? It is strange, eh? Seems someone. When we're on. We're on? We're on.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Lars Wall.
And my name is Carmen Meyer.
And it's our privilege to introduce our final group of graduates this evening. Woo!
Jacob Antonitis. Jacob is a long-timer at Surrey Christian, being one of the original since kindergarten crew. Jacob has fond memories of building relationships and hanging out with the boys, and has earned the nicknames Little Steamboat and Young Velcro. Jacob plans to attend University of Alberta, where he will continue his studies in business. Good luck to you, Jacob, as you move out to Edmonton. Sukhman Atwal. Sukhman, known by her peers for her humor and close friendships, has attended Surrey Christian since grade 8. Her happiest times have been meeting her best friends, Aveline and Favor, spending lunches together, and always switching their classes to be together. I must say, I was fully aware of their strategy. She has been part of the soccer team, and her favorite subject is socials because it has helped her to realize what is happening in the world. She is most thankful to her mom, who has supported every decision she has made and has always been there for her. After graduation, Sukhman is planning on attending UBCO for an arts degree before going to law school.
Faith Brown. Faith joined SCS from Green Timbers Elementary School in grade 8 in 2015. While at SCS, Faith particularly enjoyed creative writing as it allowed her to control the view of the story. Her best memories at SCS include the grad trip, the climbing trip to Squamish, and the trip to Nepal, and Merritt, of course. All these trips made her step out of her comfort zone and grow closer with her classmates. Faith would like to thank Mr. Lowen for pushing her out of her shell and always believing in her. Faith plans to attend Kwantlen Polytechnic University this September. All the best in your future, Faith. Owen Cossey. Owen has been attending Surrey Christian School since grade 6 and is known for being kind, laid back, and having a goofy sense of humor. As a teaching assistant, he created a fantastic video for the athletic department this year. He hopes to continue to grow closer to God as he graduates from SCS. Blessings to you, Owen.
Joy Choi. Joy came to us from Korea by way of the U.S. and been attending SCS since grade 8. She is a feisty, independent student that likes a challenge. Her favorite subjects were English and social studies because she could learn from others' opinions and thoughts. Joy had a lot of good memories from her time here, especially in grade 10. We loved seeing her flourish in Rock Academy during her grade 12 year. Joy is moving with her family to Oregon and will be attending the University of Oregon in General Studies. God's blessings for your future, Joy. Bronte Craig. Bronte, known for her brutal honesty, has been at SCS since grade 6. Her best memories are of grade 12, all of it, in spite of COVID, particularly the senior girls' basketball season. She loves English, Indigenous studies, and biology. Her love of science and passion for helping animals is bringing her to study at TRU in the Animal Welfare Program, which starts in the fall, and she will combine that with volunteering at the BCSPCA in her spare time. Bronte likes to hang out with her rabbit, Walter. Best wishes, Bronte.
Emily DeJagger. Emily is excited to be graduating and to see what God has in store for her in the coming years, as she has been part of the SCS community since kindergarten. She has loved being a part of athletics at SCS, especially volleyball and rock climbing. She was disappointed to only spend 3 days in Nepal for the rock climbing trip, but was still very glad to spend the 2 weeks in Merritt with the rest of the team. She wants to thank her family, friends, and all her coaches that helped and supported her over the years. Emily is planning on taking a gap year after graduation and hopefully doing some traveling. All the best, Emily. Sarah DeWeird. Sarah has attended SCS since kindergarten and could often be found engrossed in a book, sometimes even during class. She's a deep thinker who engages stories both through reading and research, has enjoyed her social studies classes because of how they have shaped her understanding of the world around her. Her favorite memory was going to London with the English Lit class and is thankful for the friendships formed there. Sarah plans to take a gap year before pursuing further schooling. Congratulations, Sarah.
Favor, dear Sue. Among her peers, Favor is known for being funny, caring, honest, loving, and a favorite of Miss Reddy and Mrs. Vandenberg. Her happiest times have been with her best friends, and her favorite memory is when she and her friends would switch to the same classes to be with each other. Wait, I've said that before. I was so on to you all. A highlight was Rock Academy and going on tour to China in grade 11. After graduation, she plans on attending the University of the Fraser Valley to study psychology. Favor is thankful for her sister Becky, who has always been there for her and who she looks up to as her best friend and role model. Favor is the recipient of the SCS Encouragement Award. Will Earl. Will joined SCS from William Watson Elementary School in grade 8. While at SCS, Will participated in the jazz ensembles, Java Men and Swing Girl, the Tech Team, and Motor Club. Will's best memory of SCS was the grad trip because of the relaxing environment and the great group of friends he spent time with. Will would like to thank Mr. Myung for pushing him to his limits and allowing him to grow into the musician he is today. For his dedication to his music, Will received a Dogwood Award. Will plans to study business at the University of Victoria in September. You are a wonderful young man, Will. Blessings to you.
Jamie Fallon. Jamie, known for wearing leggings every day, joined SCS in grade 10. Her happiest memories involve traveling with friends, which includes the South Africa trip and London, where Mr. Vandenberg fell asleep in one of the late-night plays. She enjoys English classes the most as she gets to express herself creatively and showcase her killer sense of humor, although there are plenty of facepalm moments in there too. Jamie believes in trying new things and stepping out of your comfort zone, which makes life more exciting. Jamie will be attending the University of Alberta in the fall to pursue a business degree and go after her dream of being Miss Worldwide CEO. Go for it, Jamie. Josh Furchoff. Josh joined us in grade 7 upon hearing our school needed a bass player. Just kidding. His favorite subjects were film, music, and physics. He's not only passionate about these subjects, but also very good at them. He's often found both on the stage and behind the scenes, making sure the technical aspects of a show are running smoothly. He is especially grateful for Mr. Myung for being more than just a teacher and someone he can always talk to. He plans to attend KPU next year and get his bachelor's degree in information technology. Blessings, Josh.
Anaya Hunt. Anaya is another long-timer, being a student at SCS since kindergarten. Her favorite subjects were in the arts and applied skills, studio arts, woodwork, and creative writing, as they allowed her to express her creative side. Her favorite memories from high school were the grade 8 sailing trip and the grad trip, as they brought the class closer. Anaya is taking a gap year to work, figure out what she wants to do, and hopefully go on a missions trip. She wants to become a social worker later in life. We sure can see this as a possibility with your caring and genuine heart, Anaya. Vanessa Jay-Z. Vanessa is a positive and energetic person who makes other people feel so welcomed. Her best memories may involve skipping chapel and hiding out in the bathroom. Mr. Mellison? Other places she could be found when not in class include sitting in the parking lot listening to music with friends in their cars, or in the library chatting with Mrs. Vandenberg. Vanessa enjoyed Spanish class for its vibe and working at Booster Juice, as she made some of her closest friends from there. Vanessa would like to thank Amy Minen and Nathan Lodgkin for helping her grow and become a better person. Vanessa will be studying social work at the University of Victoria. All the best to you, Vanessa.
Hannah Jensen. Joining partway through grade 10, Hannah quickly immersed herself in the SCS community. Through choir trips and athletic teams, Hannah has formed many strong memories that she is grateful for. Hannah's desire to be a role model for future athletes, it is her desire. From her natural leadership on the senior girls soccer team, her capstone project coaching running club at the Fleetwood campus, her work at the CBSC swim club, or teaching sailing to kids, Hannah has lived into that standard and will be missed as she moves on from SCS. Always hardworking and positive, she hopes to attend Blanche Macdonald in Vancouver to become an esthetician. Blessings to you, Hannah. Ariana King. Ariana joined us in grade 4, and we are especially grateful for her wide range of interests and involvement at SCS. Not only did she play volleyball and basketball, she developed some mean electric guitar skills in rock band and went on international trips to Sierra Leone, Korea, and Japan. Her worst SCS memory was getting sick in Sierra Leone, but she displayed tremendous strength through this difficult time. She has been accepted into the University of Victoria and will major in English. She would also like to give a shout out to Vanessa and her pro driving skills, especially when reversing out of a parking lot. All the best, Ariana.
Olivia Lowen. Olivia has been a student at SCS since grade 4, where she has built many friendships and is known among her peers for never wearing shoes. Some of the highlights from SCS have been the ILT trips to Morristown, Sierra Leone, and Nepal, as well as the Geo trip and rock climbing. She is an outdoorsy person, some might say granola, with a heart to serve and use her gifts around the world. After graduation, Olivia plans to attend Canadian Mennonite University, super cool, my first student to go there, for international development. Not a surprise there. Olivia is the recipient of the CMU Leadership and Academic Award, a Dogwood Award, and the SCS Calvary Christian Award. Way to go, Liv. We are so proud of you. Nathaniel Lodgkin. Nathaniel is a capable and confident individual who has a can-do attitude. He is known for his candor and hands-on ability, and his favorite place in school is the shop for woodworking, mechanics, and motor club. We are glad that you came back to us in grade 12, Nathaniel, and appreciated your contribution to our SCS community this year. Mr. Vandenberg wants you to come back and race the SCS car for Motor Club next year after all of the hard work you put into it. Nathaniel plans to go to BCIT for aircraft maintenance engineering. All the best to you.
Madison McGilvery. Madison has been attending SCS since kindergarten, and we have loved seeing her grow in kindness while maintaining her strong work ethic and enthusiasm. She would like to thank her parents and her younger brother for always supporting her and having her back no matter what. She is attending Douglas College next year to study business marketing and to continue pursuing one of her passions by playing on the softball team. Maddie is the recipient of a Dogwood Award for her high athletic achievement. We wish you all the best in the years to come. Amy Minen. Confident and outspoken, Amy is glad to have returned to SCS for her graduation year. From Thetis Island and the sailing trip to having lunch at Tim's, Amy has valued the time spent with friends and learning to accept people no matter what. Preferring out-of-class experiences to in-class experiences, Amy plans taking a gap year with the hope of traveling once restrictions ease up. She will miss SCS and the friends and teachers that have supported her along the way. All the best, Amy.
Jonathan Miracosta. Jonathan is known for his calm and reliable presence at SCS. He made a point of connecting with many different groups of friends during his time here. In school, Jonathan loved math and physics, as well as the practical application of those classes in woodworking. He also found the shop to be a great place where he could create interesting projects with his friends. Outside of school, Jonathan is very dedicated to his work with Young Life, where he spent the last year training as a leader. He also enjoyed spending his time playing tabletop games and reading good books. Next year, he plans to study electrical engineering at BCIT. Emma Mormon. Emma has been attending SCS since kindergarten. Emma's favorite subjects were art and woodworking. She has a creative energy and has consistently been doing art since grade 8. Emma's favorite memory of SCS is hanging out with her friends during lunch and being able to have classes with them. Emma's planning to work after high school. She wants to thank her friends for taking part in the best memories from school. We wish you all the best, Emma.
Desiree Moy. Desiree, or Desi, or Ray Ray, has brought a high decibel of laughter to this graduating class. Her loudness is legendary, but she has had her quiet moments, especially when running props backstage during a number of main stage productions. One of her highlights at SCS includes the Lit 12 trip to London, where she got to chill with her friends in Hyde Park. She wants to thank Mrs. Yip for being awesome and caring, and her biology teachers for their interesting classes. Desiree is taking a gap year and then returning to school for nursing. Blessings to you, Des. Max Murray. Max joined us at SCS 3 years ago, and during that time, he has loved developing his woodworking skills in shop classes. Over the last semester, he has participated in a work experience program where he had the opportunity to continue to build his skills in the trades. He also spent time giving back to the school this semester by building shelves for the Foods Lab as his capstone project. Blessings to you, Max, as you continue working towards a career in carpentry.
Caitlin Nichols. Caitlin has attended SCS since kindergarten. She is a creative thinker and has enjoyed her social studies classes because they have given her new perspectives on life. She could often be found causing a ruckus in the halls, laughing with her friends, and bringing joy to those around her. She plans to attend Queen's University for Classical Studies. Super cool. She is grateful for her dad's support throughout high school, especially during the tough days. His love has brought her to where she is today. Congratulations, Caitlin. Egan Rutherford. Egan, or Eags, is a firecracker of chaotic energy. Egan is always passionate and all in when it comes to protesting, painting, writing, performing, or composing. Whether in the art room or lying in the middle of the hallway floor, Egan's most treasured times at SCS involve the after-school hangout times with friends. Egan plans to take a gap year and then head to Douglas College to work towards a degree in television and film score composition. Bring on the Oscars and Emmys, Egan.
Aveline Sayota. Aveline has been part of the SCS community since grade 9 and can often be found laughing her way down the halls with Favor and Sukman. Her favorite memories at school involving out with this trio, but she is also very grateful for her teachers, particularly Mrs. Vandenberg for her listening ear and excellent advice. Aveline especially enjoyed her science classes at SCS and hopes to get a Bachelor of Science at UBCO or Queen's University. All the best, Aveline. Isaac Singh. Isaac is a kind and caring young man who has been at SCS since grade 1. In elementary school, he particularly enjoyed learning Scratch from Mr. Bacchini and playing mini-stick hockey with Mr. Banstra. In high school, Isaac was involved with the Falconer, band, soccer, ultimate, and rock climbing. During his time at SCS, Isaac enjoyed meeting with new people and deepening friendships through trips to London, Honduras, Guatemala, and Nepal, and of course, Merritt. He is going to take his love of physics to UBC next year, where he will pursue a degree in engineering. Isaac won the Dogwood Award for Community Service and an SCS Service Award. Congratulations, Isaac.
Catherine Smith. Catherine has been a student at SCS since grade 8, where her favorite subject became art. Shout out to Mr. Quizzy. as she found it interesting and it allowed her to continue to be social at the same time with her peers. In grade 11, Catherine had the opportunity to go on the English literature trip to London, which was full of adventure and mac and cheese. This is also where she made some of her closest friends. Catherine's two most valuable lessons learned at SCS were, 1, if you're going to skip, don't get caught, and 2, hard work always pays off. Catherine plans to take a gap year to work and go back to school the following year. Patricia Smith. Tricia can usually be seen pulling up to SCS in the family vehicle with her sister or other friends, always willing to drive people to volleyball or to get food or coffee. One of Tricia's favorite memories is going to London and seeing all the places where prominent literature had taken place and playing cards with everyone until 1 a.m. each night. Tricia has a love of the sciences, especially anatomy and physiology, and hopes to pursue a science degree as she attends UBCO in the fall. Best wishes to the Smiths.
Andy Thompson. Andy has been a student at Surrey Christian since grade 8, a simpler time when great memories were formed by playing Minecraft with his friends after school. However, Andy's best memory at SCS was winning the South Fraser semifinal basketball game and heading to the provincials. The team put in a lot of hard work, and it was an honor to be able to represent the school at such a high level. Andy is thankful to Mrs. Yip and Mrs. Mornsink for giving him the academic work ethic to succeed in schooling, a skill he plans to take with him as he studies land and food science at UBC. Andy is the recipient of the Dogwood Award for Community Service. Congratulations. Sophia Torres. Sophia has been at SCS since grade 11 and is thankful for the new friendships she has made in the past 2 years. Her favorite class was creative writing, which can be described as relaxed and fun with just a hint of chaos. Her best memories at SCS are the grad trip. She loves spending time in the camp with her classmates and in the cold but fun rapids. She also had very fond memories of the time they ate pie on the bus on the way back from Fort Langley. We wish Sophia all the best as she plans to attend SFU in the fall for general studies.
Brady Vanderzalm. Over his last 4 years at Surrey Christian School, Brady has enjoyed building strong friendships through his involvement in rock climbing, the tech team, and lead across cultures. He loved traveling with his friends around the globe to Nepal and South Korea and running the dances from the tech booth. Next year, Brady will be studying engineering at UBC, and he is grateful to the science and math departments for their care, kindness, and clear instruction. Brady is the recipient of a SCS Scholar Award. Grayson van der Zalm. Grayson obviously also came to SCS in grade 9 and has taken to applied sciences like a sieve because they are so fun to him. Mrs. Yip, Bucker, and Mr. Yonker have spurred him on in math, chemistry, and physics. What is unique to Grayson, though, is also his love for carpentry. He has become quite skilled in woodworking due to Mr. Kimball's instruction. Rock climbing, Nepal, and the grad trip have been highlights for Grayson. He wants to thank Josh Furchoff and the tech crew for helping him come out of his shell. Grayson will be joining his brother in engineering at UBC and is also a recipient of an SCS Scholar Award.
Isadora Villi. Isa is a creative, artistic, and radical student who has been such a pleasant to have at SCS. She is known for her creative clothing style and vibrant hair, but perhaps more importantly, the beautiful person underneath. She'll be especially missed by Mr. Quizzy, who loves seeing her creativity at work over the years and won this year's Art 12 Award for Outstanding Creative Achievement. Next year, she hopes to attend University Canada West after spending the summer back home in Brazil. Good luck, Isa. We will miss you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Class of 2020!
Good evening, graduates, family, and friends of graduates. My name is Mark Nill, and I am the principal at the secondary campus, and it's my privilege to bring this ceremony to a close. Before I close, I would like to say goodbye to some dearly appreciated staff members who are moving on to new adventures this coming year. We've had a more formal goodbye yesterday, but I would like to acknowledge and thank the work and service of Hannah Bomer, Catherine Hall, Ruben Hootmer, Michael Hoffman, and Julia Nutter. I am floored that we are at the end of this, and I'm floored and so proud of what we've been able to pull off together. This has been truly amazing, and it could never have been done were it not for a lot of people pulling together to help build an event that would honor each graduate. Although the list is much, much longer, I would like to publicly acknowledge and thank Sue Alberts, Carmen Meyer, Danielle Reddy, Sean Engbers, Margie Bandriga, Kathy Van Andel, Moses Myung, and Dane Splinter. I stand in awe and thank Francis Paynes and the tech team. The tech team today includes Greg Gerber, Vince Van Randen, Alex Knopp, John Braun, Isaac Sajdova, Kevin Remedios, and Will Somerset. We could vision what happened today, but I had no idea how this was actually gonna come and happen. And so from the seat that I sat in, it's amazing to have pulled this all together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Give them a big hand, wherever you're at. This is amazing. I also want to give a huge thank you to the parent team that has stepped in to take care of the decorating and special treats that are here tonight for the grads and all the little details that you see in the space that you're in. It too is truly amazing, and I want to thank the team of Cindy and Dave Earl, Shauna Binns, Joanne Ironside, Cindy and Lonnie Vanderzam, and Rachel Cruz for all the work they had done. Give them a big hand, please, too. It's going to be largely you guys here, because that's who they hear. Thank you especially to parents, guardians, and grandparents who have invested so much in the life of your children for these many years. Parents, a special acknowledgement to the sacrifice you are making today. Not being able to be at this graduation with your child is disappointing and far from what we would hope for. Thank you for your patience, thank you for your understanding, and thank you for your support. Thank you also to the larger community of aunts and uncles, friends, pastors, coaches, mentors, and anyone who has played an important and encouraging role in the lives of these young people. Dear graduates of 2020, I am also so proud of you. You have been a pure gift to me in my last year at Surrey Christian School. I began the year with you rafting down the Thompson and the Nahatlatch River, and I'm ending the year with you here tonight. I will always remember you as graduates, and not just because you graduated in the year of COVID-19, but because you have left a positive, healthy, and life-affirming footprints and fingerprints all over this school. And because you are my last graduating class at Surrey Christian. Thank you, and I will miss you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Your last 3 months have been challenging and are way beyond what anyone could have ever imagined for you. You have had visions of how you would graduate for the last 13 years of schooling. No one could have predicted what has happened. When our expectations or hopes are not fulfilled, we're often filled with so much disappointment. I acknowledge there's much to be disappointed about. Disappointment about not finishing your last 3 months with friends and teachers in the building. Disappointment about being recalled from Nepal or South Africa, or not even getting to go on the flight to Europe for the music trip. Canceled wellness trips. Canceled Mount St. Helens trips. A canceled grad cruise. A canceled grad ceremony with all your peers. And the list goes on and on. In my own life, I haven't enjoyed disappointment. And here's the but. But I know that when I acknowledge that disappointment and get some distance from that disappointment, I can see clearer how that disappointment strengthened me, made me more resilient, nudged me towards empathy, and made me more aware of the goodness or wholeness that can emerge out of disappointment. At the beginning of the year, I shared with you about my journey to grow in my awareness and the experience of God's hidden wholeness. Thomas Merton says that there is in all visible things a hidden wholeness. Parker Palmer adds that in the visible world of nature, a great truth is concealed in plain sight, diminishment and beauty, darkness and light, death and life are not opposites. They are held together in the paradox of hidden wholeness. Paradox refers to things that don't fit. In paradox, opposites do not cancel each other out. They live in the mysterious unity at the heart of reality. Deeper still, they need each other for health, as my body needs to breathe in as well as breathe out. What we have experienced and still are experiencing around COVID-19 is part of discovering God's hidden wholeness. The scriptures are filled with the examples of paradox. When I am weak, I am strong. Through Christ's life, suffering, death, and resurrection, we experience great love and life. Or the picture of shalom, or heaven, in Isaiah 11, where the wolf and the lamb lay side by side, and the child plays near the hole of the cobra. There will be no harm on my holy mountain. Dear graduates, we have hope. COVID-19 is not our first taste of disappointment and hardness, nor will it be our last. My hope for you and me is that we will find cracks of light that will grow into a brighter light. So much goodness has also come out of this COVID experience. You've seen examples of physical distancing or wearing a mask, and not because it's good for me, but it's because it's good for the other, and in many cases actually gives life, physical life, to that other. More time with families or more time in the outdoors, people going out of their way physically to help and care for others, or whales coming into our harbors because the waters are different. The list goes on and on as well. Grads, you are unique, and each and every one of you is unique. You have been gifted to become a people of hope for others. I am encouraged and I am confident that you will spread more of that goodness that we have experienced here at Surrey Christian School to the people that you will encounter in the coming days, months, and years. In the words of Bonnie Henry, be calm, be kind, be safe, and in addition, be a people of hope. I will miss you. As is our practice at Surrey Christian School, I would like to close the ceremony with a blessing. So I ask all grads, wherever you're at, and people that are watching, to open your hands and receive this blessing. Graduates of 2020, before you were even formed, God knew you. While in your mother's womb, God named you. At your birth, God's breath filled you with life. Today we celebrate what you have become at this moment in time. And so we pray, God of our beginnings, we thank you for the gift of these graduates, their excitement, their awesome wonder and curiosity, their open speech, encouraging words. Their contributions have blessed and challenged us, and we have become richer, a more diverse community because of them. As they step forward into the world that awaits, comfort their fears with the full knowledge of your divine presence. Strengthen their resolve to walk in the footsteps of Jesus. As modern-day disciples in a world that needs their spirit, guide their feet as they move through life, protecting them from the pitfalls of darkness, while they help to lead future generations into the warmth and promise of your light. We ask this blessing upon each of them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you, wherever you're at, to give a huge applause for the graduating class of 2020. Woo! Again, so proud of you. I know this evening will look different for many of you, but I also hope that you have a meaningful and memorable time with family and friends. We will begin the recessional at this site, and then we'll move to the other sites, and that'll bring our ceremony to a close. Have a good night and be safe.
Jump the train when love comes to town. I'm gonna catch the flame. Maybe I was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town. Jump the train when love comes to town. I'm gonna catch the flame. Maybe I was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town. Jump the train when love comes to town. I'm gonna catch the flame. Maybe I was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town.
Crucified my Lord. I have discovered when the serpent drew his sword.
was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town. When love comes to town, I'm gonna. When love comes to town, I'm gonna. But I did what I did. But I did what I did. But I did what I did. But I did what I did before love came to town. When love comes to town, I'm gonna jump the train. When love comes to town, I'm gonna catch the plane. Maybe I was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town. Love comes to town, I'm gonna jump the train. When love comes to town, I'm gonna catch the plane. Maybe I was wrong to ever let you down, but I did what I did before love came to town. I'm gonna jump the train. When love comes to town, I'm gonna catch the flame.